Yeah, we definitely didn't like just try doing this already and just run into a bunch of tech issues, but just like send good energy that this is going to work out. But yeah, for any of you like weirdos that enjoy watching backpack reviews, you probably recognize some of these faces, maybe all of them. Just some quick context, like what we're doing here. Alex from Out in the Lights, who, what up, Alex? This
What
is,
up?
yeah, but he's responsible for this. He reached out
Yes,
to
I'm
us
sorry.
like 3 months ago, just complaining that he couldn't connect with his wife in the way that he wanted, talking about bags. No, I'm just kidding, but not fully, because I completely get it. He's like, hey guys, like we've like commented on each other's videos. We obviously like know each other like through the interwebs kind of, but if you guys want to start a group text. And so this was about 3 months ago. We've been texting like pretty much every day, an almost unhealthy amount. And yeah, we just, eventually got to the point where like we should like just like have a podcast style discussion. And yeah, here we are. We figured we're part of like Air's travel pack launch, which is going to be out. This is being recorded on Sunday, March 1st. So next week, the travel pack 4 comes out. We just told each other, like, let's not share any opinions on the bag until we meet for the podcast. And also, let's make sure we film before the actual reviews come out so that this is kind of as unbiased of a discussion as possible to keep things interesting. But before we like get into it, let me just like have everyone say what's up. Alex, you pioneered this movement here of fearsome foursome. If you want to say what's up.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex, Out in the Lights. If you haven't been to my channel or watched my videos before, I kind of make more like cinematic style travel gear, EDC, backpack review videos. Yeah, check me out over there. I also talk about music for like a fourth of the video. So if you like music, you'll like it. If not, then you can just click away and go watch one of these other guys instead at the end.
John, go for it.
Oh, hey, what's up? John from Unpacked. I do gear reviews just like the other gentleman here. Backpack, slings, EDC, travel. I like to thoroughly test everything I review. If that's your vibe, you want some see how bags hold up in the real world, definitely check me out. Hit me up on Instagram, Unpacked with John. Yeah, I'm sure Wolf will link all our stuff down below.
Find me.
And I'm Zach from Vision Swell, and I'm like the personal item only obsessed guy here. I'm really into like minimalism. I really just want like intentionality with my gear, what I own. I do a lot of EDC, backpack sling, travel gear reviews, camping, that kind of stuff. And I really just want to cut through the noise. So I do like a keep, gift, donate, sell framework to try to understand what gear I want to keep long term and what I want to offload just to keep my possessions minimal. So definitely check me out. Love these guys. Been fans of them for a while. So any of these people, check out their links.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. And I'm Wolf. I realized I didn't put like my channel name on my name, but I think I'm going to be the one posting this. We're going to cross-pollinate. But in case like you're just stumbling upon this for the first time, I have a channel called Nitpacker, similar to them, like reviewing bags and stuff. And I'm just kind of a nitpicky human being, but I also derive like a lot of joy from like really small details. So I just kind of get into the nitty gritty, both good and bad, in my videos. But yeah, excited to chat. And honestly, like the past few months, obviously, like I engage with people just like through the comment section with the channel, but it's been like a treat just being able to like chat with these guys every day. And one of the really cool things about just the bag carry world is just people have such radically different like tastes and preferences based on like where they live, like what they carry and all that good stuff. So, I think part of this discussion is just to have some contrasting opinions on things that we like, maybe dislike, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, just to kind of kick things off, Alex, I'll start off with you. So with the Travel Pack 4, we've seen, like an evolution in Air's design language last spring when they rolled out the City Pack Pro 2, the City Pack 2, etc. The look definitely changed. I'm curious on like what your stance is on the new look, and then specifically with the Travel Pack for a travel one bag travel specific bag.
Yeah, I really like the new look. I think they really stuck to their like simplicity, like design language that they have in the past too. Like it's not like a huge change from before. Definitely like a little more rounded, a little more oval, which I like too. I think those like kind of softer edges are always nice on a bag personally. Yeah, it's definitely gearing like more towards like the able carry shape now, and kind of going away from the Evergood shape. But I find that personally, like style wise, I find that appealing. It like definitely speaks more to my style. So I'm all about it. I think everything that Air's doing right now is all pretty much positive. Besides a couple nitpicks that we'll get into here, but
I feel like
Oof.
we got to pay Wolf $10 every time we say that in a video.
Nitpicks?
Yeah. I used TLDR in my latest video, but I made sure to shout you out.
Oh, dude, I love it. I did not invent anything. I'm sure there's been many nitpickers before me. John, Zach, what are your thoughts on the new look? And just to have like just a little visual while you guys are talking, you've probably seen like pictures of it or reviews or whatever, but just kind of in the flesh. But yeah, like what are your thoughts on just
You
the
can go,
new
Zach.
rounded babe?
Oh, all right. If I'm going first, I know that people make fun of the grab handles on the new one. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen posts about why they need three, whatever. I personally really like it as a one bag traveler. It's helpful to be able to grab it from different ways. I really like the. Sorry, I like that it's less tactical looking. I like the kind of pinched stitching on the front and how it gives a little bit more volume to the pockets. I like that it's not a boxy rectangle anymore, as Alex noted, has a little bit more taper to it. And I kind of think that the old bag has that like big forehead look to the top with like the zipper going through the center. So the fact that it's moved a little bit higher is a nice change, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the shape I like a lot better. I know like the Travel Pack 3 is only 3 years old at this point, but I think the new look, adopting a lot of the features from the City Pack Pro 2, makes it more cleaner. It looks more modern, it looks more up to date in my opinion. The squared off bottom was probably one of the biggest changes. I know when I traveled with the 3, my bag had a tendency to face plant when I would get to my gate and sit down and put it down. It felt like it would always wanted to lean forward. So now with the squared off bottom, it stands a lot better. So I definitely like the look. And like I said, even though it's not that old of a bag, it just feels cleaner and more modern.
And I'm with you guys. And John, you like recently traveled to San Diego with a bag, and so standability. I know a lot of people in the bagging world, myself included. Once you
Yeah,
have a
and
bag that stands really well, it's like it's
and
a
I
juicy
totally agree
feature.
with Zach too about the carry grab handles. I know I had a lot of comments about the City Pack Pro 2 about the bunny ears having the handles on each side, but once you get out into the world, I like and using the pack, I feel like everybody who makes that comment like don't even actually own the bag. But when you're out traveling with it and not having to think, like anywhere you look, there's a grab handle, there's a way to maneuver your bag left, right, top, and there's even a small grab handle down at the bottom. So the bag to maneuver it is very, very easy, and I found that, just like Zach, I found that very useful in practice, right? Not just looking at and judging it from a picture on the internet.
For sure.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna add to that. I don't think they really like stick out that much either. Like it looks a little more pronounced, like via their like photography or something like that. That people are like judging a little more. But when you have it in hand, it doesn't stick out that much. And
Mhm.
this isn't like it's another bag that I've been reviewing recently. The Fyro bag, the whatever the
Levo.
Levo.
yeah, the Levo. Like those handles, those stick out like crazy. And it's not like anything like that. It's definitely like it looks nice. Like it's tasteful. It doesn't look like, I don't know, crazy or anything, but yeah.
And look, it's a bag designed for like one bag travel, and I think it typically gets heavier. I think it's more understandable, like something on like the City Pack 2 or even the City Pack Pro 2. Like, do you need 3? No. Is it nice? Like functionality, yes, but like I think for a one bag travel backpack, it's almost I wouldn't say essential, but significantly more valuable having those grab handles on both sides. Speaking of grab handles, one thing I did like on the new one, even though the old one had this like really beefy one in the middle, which is like just this is the bottom part of the bag, but it was in the middle of the bag. So I think from I guess like interacting with it standpoint, it's nice, but you can't like hook it onto anything. And so yeah, Zach, you do like a shit like this is like your preferred method of travel. Is it helpful for you to be able to like when you're like in a I don't know somewhere where the floor is nasty and you just want to be able to like hook the bag while you're like using the bathroom?
I mean, yeah, that's why I always bring a hero clip with me too. Not a sponsor, but yes, they it's very helpful. And also like about these handles too, it allows you to get to all the different zippers like easily. So if you're just like standing there in a crowded train, a bus, or like whatever, you're on a tour bus or something, and you just need to hold this from a weird angle and like get into a zipper, like I don't know. I found a lot of usefulness using the CityPack Pro 2 to get into these bags, and this one too. Like it's helpful.
John, send me your affiliate link that I can include in here for the hero clip.
Yeah. Affiliate links down in the description below if you want to support the channel. Thank you guys. That's one thing I did miss on this bag. I wish it had the little carry hook. And I'm testing a bag which I can't name right now, but it's got the handles like you know and want, but it also has the tiny hook for you to specifically hook like your hero clip or hang it onto the bathroom stall so you don't deform your handle. You know what I mean? Because like my handle already on my Travel Pack 4 is already deformed from having to hang it. Yeah, so because I actually carry this bag every day because this Travel Pack 4 small is what I would use for EDC, and I did use for EDC. So hanging it at my desk, and I already got an indention of deforming right up here at the top by hanging it by the handle. So, yeah, I wish they would have had a small little carry loop. One little nitpick.
You're talking about like the one like the Able Carry Max EDC has on the back part?
Just that. Yep.
That's
nice. Checks in the mail, Wolf.
Yes. Alex, I feel like you're going to say something.
No, that's funny that you like that little thing, like the little one on Able Carry, because I've always just found that useless for me, like personally, but that's just like a completely different style of like travel, I guess, between the two of us. And I think I'm not like, I never carry too much tech with me. So my bags are never too heavy, like in general too. So I haven't found that problem with like the stretching of the handles, just in my own personal, like, you know.
I prefer to hang my bags. I think I have a rational fear of like bed bugs. So I never put my stuff down like in the drawers and all that stuff. I like my hanging toiletry kits. I've got some hanging packing cubes you're going to see on the channel coming soon. It's like a hanging closet. Like I like to hang my gear, my Gravel Slim toiletry kit. Like, I don't know. I think it's a rational fear, but I like to hang my gear, and that's why I prefer the loop. But if you're just willy-nilly with things, then I guess you don't need it.
Man.
John, you said something. I was going to ask about this later, but you already talked about it because I think this is a question that a lot of people are going to have, right? Is just your carry is going to like have a massive impact on what an everyday carry bag is for you, what you do for work, and you like literally take your bag and you pack it out. For someone like myself, 5'8", 140 pounds, and also like what I carry, like this bag is definitely like way too big for me, but I think it would be good to get like two different perspectives here for anyone that's like, hey, I'm actually want to buy this to both like one bag travel and also use it for everyday carry. Like, why do you think it works for you? And anyone that feels like it might be too big for everyday carry would love to get the other side of that.
I think I'm the 1%. It's definitely a big bag. Make no mistake about it. It's a big bag, but there's a small amount of people that do prefer a bigger bag. And I carry lunch. I work from mobile workstations, so I need to carry all my tech I need for the day. I need to carry my own tech that I need for my own person. I need to carry protective personal equipment. Then I need to carry my lunch boxes. I like to take my own lunch. So like 23 pounds is a normal day for me. So that's why I was super happy to get this Travel Pack 4 because I love the CPP2 so much, and having a bigger version where it didn't feel so tight was just, I mean, this is kind of, I mentioned in my review, this is my Goldilocks bag. This is the bag that I can carry every day to the office and also use for travel. This is my Goldilocks size right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like this needs to go on Aer's website. This is my Goldilocks bag right here. Love it.
I for me, it's like to John's point. I totally get his lifestyle and why it's the perfect bag for him. For me, it's a little bit too big for an EDC. I would use it as a travel bag for sure, even though it's slightly bigger. You know what I'm going to say than a personal item dimensional size limiter. But
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. This is the first time we do this. You need to just like, yeah, just tell the world because you've got it's like the three commandments of Zach from Vision Swell. Tell us your philosophy of life that you will not budge on.
Yeah, sell me on personal item travel only.
Yeah.
It depends on what airline you're flying. I personally fly American Airlines a lot. The hub's in Philly, so it's typically what I'm flying. And it's like
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, I know. It's like 18 by 14. I forget what the third dimension is, but it's always within that. But like that it just makes me feel so much less anxiety knowing that I've never actually been sized on my bag ever in the history of travel. They've never asked me to put it in the thing ever. I've seen people walk on with gargantuan bags and throw them under the seat. So it's probably like overly cautious, but it makes me personally feel better knowing that I'm within dimensional limits. So when it's above the height dimension, which is typically the issue, it's like that's a sticking point for me. So this is, but you could always underpack it. And I mean, I love the Seg 28, the Matador behind me. That was one of the first premium bags I ever bought. And I took it on trips before and it's way too tall, but I just underpacked it and squished it down. Anyway, as far as like EDC bags, I like smaller EDC bags for myself just because I don't carry a lot. Like typically I'm carrying at most a 14-inch laptop and maybe like a tech pouch in my med pouch. And that's really it. Like I don't carry a ton of tech and most of the time I don't even carry a laptop. So, something like that Able carrier, the Cotopaxi, like a 16 to 22 liter bag is more my speed for EDC.
Zach, when you see somebody taking a 40-liter bag on as a personal item, are you just like punching air because like they're getting away with it, and you're like in this little 16-liter bag with a pair of underwear?
I personally am a person who, if you can get away with breaking the rules, I would never begrudge someone for that in anything in life. Like it's like more power to you. Like I'm a person where like I would break rules until someone tells me not to. Like if I'm in a place and there's a sign that says don't do something, I'll do it. And then if someone like talks to me and they're like, "Hey, you can't do that," I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I stop. But I don't know. Ask for forgiveness, not permission type person.
So for those curious, the Aer Travel Pack 4 Small is 19 inches high, which is technically 1 inch bigger than the normal personal item allowance, which is 1814 by 8. So it fits all the other dimensions. It's just an inch too tall.
Yeah.
You could probably sneak it, to be honest, obviously. But
yeah, I said in my video that I used it as a personal item. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do it. Catch me.
Yeah. It's really just the like Southeast Asian Euro flights where it's like they're way more serious about sticking it in a sizer or like weighing it. So.
Oh yeah, they're weighing your personal items. When I spent a couple of weeks going through Southeast Asia, I thought that was pretty gnarly. I took the ULA Dragonfly on purpose, just to have the bare minimum weight. But yeah, having your personal item weighed was a new experience.
Since we're talking about size, or Alex, were you going to say something about that before I cut you off?
Yeah, I can talk about EDC, like bag size real quick. For me, like perfect everyday carry size is like 13 liters and under for like Able carry 13, Air Slim Pack, like anything super tiny like that. I like to keep it just like compact, just what I need. It's a little different if I'm like taking my daughter out, but like I just plan a little bit better like for it. Goldilocks bag though, where I could like see it for both if it's EDC or short trips or even like a week-long trip. Duration pack, Pioneer carry, like all time, like the best. It just is, I don't know, so simple, exactly what you need, the right size pockets for everything. I don't know. That's like such a killer bag in my opinion.
I need to send you a picture of this, but you know how like the laptop compartment only has like one zipper?
Yeah.
But it's like it goes like a decent bit. I gifted it to my father-in-law, and he like loves the bag, loves it to death. But it was the most. He's Dominican, and it's like there's an expression like a Dominicana, like just doing like the most ridiculous thing. But he's carrying the what is it like? It's like a $330 backpack or
Yep.
whatever, and he took a freaking zip tie and he attached the zip tie to the end of to the zipper head, just because like you know how like you have to kind of like zip it a good bit.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
just like, he's like an older dude. He's like just lazy. I'm like, you couldn't have picked like the least sexy solution for, but yeah, he literally has like a full length zipper tie attached to
That's
the
so
bag.
funny. Does the new one have 2 zippers on that pocket or not?
I think
can't
it's
remember.
I think it's still one.
Is it still one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember. The new one's cool too. I mean, they added like 4 liters of capacity, which I can't tell that much to be honest between the first one and like the second iteration, but I think they're both like great bags as Pioneers. But yeah.
I was gonna say size wise because Alex, I think the 3 of us got the small version, the 28 liter. So for John, like in his like very like specific use case, like he said, he's like part of the 1%. Like it works for him as an everyday carry. For me, like definitely. Also, just like my proportions are kind of weird. Like I'm all legs, so it's just like a taller backpack doesn't suit me, like the proportion. So definitely like almost like the City Pack Pro 2 is even like still like borderline too big for what I need everyday carry, but still works. But I felt for like the 28 liter size that what do you think you can pack in there, John, for like one bag travel? Definitely, I feel like if you need to carry like an extra pair of shoes, like we talked about this, Alex, then you need to jump into the 35 liter. I packed it for 4 days, like pretty minimally, to be honest, for like cooler weather, but not super cold. And I was able to fit it comfortably, like great. But I feel like if you need to include shoes or if you're going for a week plus, and that's like your main use case, I would probably jump into the 35. But what are your guys' thoughts with the smaller one?
So in my video, I showed exactly how I packed this bag out just to test it. So in all my videos, I do a realistic. I show you, I'm using my actual stuff. It's not like props, or it's actually stuff I travel with and use, which gets a little hectic when you're doing videos because sometimes I forget stuff at home because it's still in another bag and it's a mess. Anyway, yeah. So Peak Design medium packing cube, Peak Design small packing cube, gravel toiletry kit fit phenomenally in the main compartment, and I packed that out for 5 days, so I can get a whole a business week out of the small backpack and still carry all my tech and headphones and all the essentials. So it's kind of tight, and I prefer 1.5 bag travel, carrying the sling. So that's my preferred method. It alleviates some tightness in the bag, but you can one bag travel, I think 100% with the 28 liter small. Granted, if you're a little bit more efficient in packing, right? If you're carrying a bunch of stuff, obviously you're probably gonna need to size up, especially if you're going to carry an extra pair of shoes. I know that you guys travel very light.
I mean that's why to me I also pack out with like things that I actually use. So that always try to show like what I'm using as far as personal item, like how I make that work. And I always have one medium packing cube, the Peak Design. That's what I've been using forever now. I try to fit all my clothes into that. And then anything heavy I need to bring, if I need like a heavy pair of shoes or heavy clothes, I just wear that on the plane. And then, I usually just have a small tech kit. I typically don't bring a laptop, so I leave a lot of the tech out. It's just like chargers and a charging brick.
That's a big plus.
Yeah. If I need to for work or something, like, I do. But like, for the most part, I don't. And then I bring like a minimal DOP kit. I'm bald man. I don't need that much toiletries. It's like deodorant and cologne and some beard balm, and I'm good to go. And then I always bring my med pouch as like the one non-negotiable for me, because it's the only like just in case thing that even as a minimalist I need to have, where it's like Band-Aids and nail clippers and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll make room for like 1 or 2 luxury items. Sometimes I'll bring that little gaming console. Sometimes I'll bring like a packable beach towel or something. Like I switch it up, but the clothing is how you fit into the personal item only more than anything. And it's like, it doesn't have to be merino wool. Everyone always like yells at me that like, you're telling me I got to spend $1,000 no, you don't. Like, just you need something that is odor resistant and quick drying. It could be a million different things, and then you have to be okay with sink laundry or like doing laundry when you're traveling, and then you can last forever with like barely any clothes.
Yeah, capsule wardrobes are super important too. For sure. Just being able to make every piece work with every piece and keep it as minimal as possible.
Yeah.
What are you guys most excited about? Like, what is the change that you're loving on the travel pack 4?
I can go first in the little round robin here.
Let it rip.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I really like the shape, like we were talking about. I think the shape is nice. Like the first thing I usually look at with bags is the style. Like that's definitely important to me. And I think it looks great on. The other thing I really like is the comfort. That's always like my number 2 with it. And airbags are so comfortable, like always. Like you never even feel like you're wearing them. Even like the larger 35, it's a big bag, and I'm like doing reviews on both of those right now, but it doesn't feel like it, it still just feels comfortable even when it's all packed out too. So those 2 things I think are, yeah, those are the best parts about all airbags, but this one too.
Yeah, I think that if you're not familiar with the larger travel bags, if you're into air and don't have one, the harness system is sized up for the larger bags. So I think you're like 2.5-inch straps on the City Pack Pro 2, where you're full like 3-inch straps. So the carry comfort was, I'm not saying significantly, but I did notice that it was better on the travel packs for me and my frame and my shoulders. The wider straps tend to perform a little bit better. So I did notice that it carried better for me as well. The travel pack 4 over the CPP 2. And my favorite change is the water bottle pockets. Now we have 2 proper water bottle pockets instead of that weird floaty one that the travel pack 3 had. And it has a little bit of like puckering here at the top, and what that allows is that it has some already volume. So when this bag is fully packed out, I was still able to get my entire 26-ounce Yeti Rambler, like the heaviest bottle you could probably travel with, in there with a fully packed out bag without having to fight it, versus like the City Pack Pro 2 where they're just using ballistic nylon with the little stretch band. So I like the water bottle pocket implementation here, even though I'm not a huge water bottle pocket person for everyday carry. For travel, I definitely do appreciate them, and I think that they were executed perfect on this new bag.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. That was easily my favorite change with it. Definitely some Evergoods inspiration, but nothing wrong with that. The CTB and MPL stretch mesh water bottle pockets are insane, and hopefully they roll them out in the new ones. But yeah, I mean they feel great. So versatile as well. Like having the second one, you could just use it for bulkier things. And Alex, like the comfort, I think people get so wrapped up with the weight of the bag, and there are people that it's very justifiable because maybe they live in a part of the world where they are weighing their personal item. And I think obviously, like ideally, we all want like a freaking 2-pound, travel backpack that's also insanely comfortable, but that also has structure and can stand on it. It's a give and take, but yeah, I'm definitely, there's bags that weigh significantly less that I don't think are even close to the comfort that you get with this bag. Zach, what are you most excited about with a new one?
Yeah, you guys brought up a lot of awesome points. Like the comfort of airbags, I always mention in my videos too when I talk about air, but they're one of my favorite carry systems in the whole game. Like they just always feel comfortable, and especially someone who always has like a loaded out small bag, like it is always comfortable. Water bottle pockets are beautiful on this. They have nice stretchy mesh. I don't typically myself need 2 water bottle pockets, but I can easily find a use for both of them. Although I didn't also mind the old one that had the little stash pocket on the side, because I do like a pocket like that, but I'm totally fine with it. As far as my favorite change, like no cinch straps, awesome. I hate cinch straps. They get in the way. I've considered cutting them off my older bags. I just can't stand them. So getting rid of that is a win for me overall.
Yeah, I could definitely see the argument for them, but I'm with you 100%. I have so many bags that have them, and I'm never implemented. I'm never squishing my bag down, especially I mentioned in my review, like I don't like compressing X Pack and Ultra bags because they already get crinkly and wrinkly, and
True that.
even less so on the exotic materials that you should say.
I'll give you one thing though. You did say there is like some use for them. I do agree if you need to like cinch a bag down. Like I don't personally use it, but I think the only time I have used it on a bag is to like secure a tripod or something like taller into a water bottle pocket. I think it has a slight use there.
For sure. For sure. And I guess like for anyone that's not familiar with the old one, beyond the fact that the new water bottle pockets are like freaking badass, but the old one, was crazy.
Weird
It had
AF.
it had this zippered pocket, and Zach mentioned the compression strap. This guy gets in the way on top of it. It's pretty limited. The water bottle sits high, so it kind of gets in the way of the zippers, and then it doesn't take that much for it to just fall out. So yeah, I think it's going to be like a huge win. If there's anyone that likes the older one more than the new ones, you're probably a serial killer, but that's cool. You're entitled to your own opinion. How about like on the flip side of that, like any changes that you preferred on the old one, or just like any nitpicks, anything that you would change personally on the Travel Pack 4?
Yeah. Before that, real quick, I just wanted to like state, as I was thinking about it, actually, it's funny that all Aer backpacks are starting to kind of like take a similar like look and shape or something. It's more cohesive, right? Like all the lines are kind of blending a little bit between travel or city or whatever, which I think is very interesting, and maybe we can talk about that later. But one of the nitpicks I have with this is just the top like quick access pocket, the sunglass pocket on all of the new Aer bags across their like all lines, with the little stretch mesh instead of the old padded microfiber. I just missed that old microfiber
I'm just gonna
pocket.
be the prop guy. I'll just, while you're talking, so that people know what the hell we're talking about.
It's just it's such a tiny pocket now. It used to be like literally like 3 times the size. It was just a nice place before, personally, where I could throw like my phone, my wallet, those things while traveling too, especially like going through security, throw them up top there. Super easy. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And now there's just not space for it. So just takes a little bit used to like changing your travel habits when using the bag to put your stuff in like different pockets now with Aer.
Yeah, to piggyback off what you were saying earlier about Aer's bags kind of just taking on the same shape and size, I think it's only a matter of time before they go the Apple route. We got like the City Pack Pro, City Pack Pro Max, you know. For me, the nitpick I had was the admin section pocket, and specifically they made it more like the City Pack Pro 2, so it's like kind of like a top down pocket now, and versus on the 3 you had full like clamshell access to it. So I do prefer the layout more of the new Travel Pack 4. I just prefer the opening of the Travel Pack 3. It didn't feel so restrictive. So getting larger items in there, like your over-the-ear headphones, were way easier on the 3 than it is on the Travel Pack 4. It's a little snug. But again, I do prefer the layout better. That old Travel Pack 3 had a lot of small pockets, and I think Aer did a really good job of cleaning up the overall design and eliminating tons of pockets. Like even in the main compartment, there was little pockets on the side walls, so those are gone now too. So just it's less complicated overall, and I like that. But I did like the opening better of the 3.
That was mine as well. Sorry, Zach. I'm gonna link, by the way, all of our reviews on here. I think we've all like filmed our reviews. I think we need to edit them or whatever. But that was my main one as well. Just the admin panel, just having more room to put bulkier stuff. But I am glad that they simplified it. I mean, they shaved off like a quarter pound, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen what the weight is for like the X Pack and the Ultra, but from what was sent to us, it was like a quarter pound less compression straps, less pockets.
Yeah. The Ultra version being your lightest at a 3.25, and then the Cordura is at 3.5 pounds. So they're pretty close.
What did you guys all test out? Anyway, you have the Ultra. Wolf, what did you guys do, John and Zach?
I went Ultra.
Everybody went
And
Ultra X.
we can talk about that
You guys saw
next
that? Okay.
as well, Zach.
I'm the only
after
Cordura guy.
your nitpick,
Yeah.
because I know people always ask fabric questions. We can get into
Yeah.
the fabrics and our preferences and all that good stuff.
As far as my nitpicks, honestly, it's very minor. Like Alex, actually, what he was saying earlier just inspired one that I hadn't thought of before. But like the sameness of the bags, I hadn't really thought about that until you said that. But that might be a minor nitpick for me because you do have all these different lines, and they're kind of all getting a little bit samey now, where they're like this almost looks like a city pack, on its when you look at it, the front of it.
The City Pack Max.
I guarantee you that's going to be the most popular comment is like, so it's just a bigger City Pack Pro 2, which, with the exception of the water bottle pockets, you can kind of simplify it to that. But, with some other like subtle changes. But
hey, and as far, like I would have mentioned the other thing, which is the quick access pocket too. Like I do prefer the older, but it's not like something that's a deal breaker or matters that much to me. I still don't mind the new version either. It's just I liked being able to kind of like put my sunglasses out of a case in the pocket. And also to your point about going through security, it was a nice pocket for like cell phone, random stuff. And then you just like zip up your wallet and stuff in there. And it's a little bit bigger. It took up more volume in the interior compartment, but I still preferred it.
I guess I don't notice it as much just because, like I mentioned, I prefer a 1.5 bag travel.
That's
so
what I was
all the things that you're saying are going into my sling, and it's like right here. So it's like super quick access, right? And I guess that's why I don't put as much emphasis on that pocket. But I could definitely see your argument, right? Especially if you're one bag traveling, I can definitely see where they could be really restrictive for those items. But also, when I did dabble in the one bag travel, the 2 water bottle pockets, like when I'm going through security, I would dump like my Apple Watch, my phone, everything into the water bottle pocket and then send it through the scanner that way and then fish it all out at the end. So that's why I like the versatility of having the 2 water bottle pockets, right? Just for anything, really. They're so versatile.
You bring up a really good point though, because I call myself personal item only, but I do typically bring a sling too. Like, but how I use it is like
you're a 1.5er in hiding, dude.
Yeah.
I
whole life is a sham.
Yeah.
I 100%
unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Because like what I use a sling for is I don't wear it like going through the airport, but typically when I get on the plane, I put all of my like quick access items into the sling when I'm like sitting in the airplane seat. So like I'll typically bring like the Bellroy light slinger, one of those, and I'll put my cell phone and everything in there so that like my wallet and stuff is like right on my chest. I don't have to like go digging into my pockets for stuff. So I'm on that.
That's my biggest argument for 1.5 bag travel because one, I'm not the tallest guy. I'm 5'10", but I still appreciate the room underneath my seat. So I'm throwing my backpack up in the overhead. Like I'm not even trying to. If there's room,
you're gonna give Zach an anxiety attack right now.
Yeah, like I've even been guilty because like I try to fly as cheap as possible. So like my seat's way in the back. But if I get on the plane and I'm like 3 or 4 rows in and I see a spot, my bag is going there. And I'm not chancing it all the way to the back, right? I'll put my bag way up front. I'll go to the back with my little 6-liter sling, hang out with everything I need there, and I have all the foot room and everything. So that's my pitch for 1.5 bag travel is foot space and having everything you need like right here.
And in fairness, like most people, the last bag that's going to get gate checked is going to be a backpack. Like 99% of the time, they're not like pulling that over the overhead. It's always like a roller bag.
A roller, yeah, for sure.
Like targeting.
I have been asked to check my backpack, and just a little airport hack. Just tell the gate agent you're carrying thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment. So if they could please get somebody else, and that's worked for me twice. Like, dude, I got like I can't check this. Like, I've got $2,000 worth of camera and lenses in there when all I got is a Peak Design packing cube. You know what I mean? But
let's talk fabrics. I did like a fabric video recently. Just I've gotten so many questions on the comments that I was just like, let me just do a freaking video and like point people to this. But nevertheless, it's interesting because it also depends on the bag.
Yes.
I'm kind of like, if I didn't own any airbags, or like, we are bag reviewers, right? So like, we have a shitload of bags, we have a problem, we are not the average consumer. But if I could only have one airbag, it would be like ballistic nylon, like, no questions asked. It just, but having different bags for different use cases, it's fun just having different fabrics. For me, we probably have like the same logic going into it, is like, it's designed for one bag travel, right? Just anywhere you can shave weight. And also, like, if you're living out of your bag, just like that waterproof factor is nice. But then the main compartment zipper is definitely was a little bit cumbersome, me and my zippers. But Alex, you were the one that got the ballistic nylon. I know you're like a purist. I mean, this guy has, his everyday carries cassettes, man. Of course he's going ballistic nylon.
We get involved here, on Out in the Lights. Come on over. But yeah, ballistic nylon. I don't know. It's just, like what you said with Aer. I just feel like there's not a better fabric for Aer bags. I like the thickness of it. I don't care that much about the like weatherability of the other ones. For me personally, I don't think I need an Ultra or an X Pack. I haven't found myself in a situation where my bag like flooded before too, like getting stuck in the rain. But I've never had like that problem before. I'd rather just have something that feels like a little more robust. And with this bag being so comfortable to carry, no matter how you pack it out, I didn't see there's no like trade-off there. So even with it being a little heavier, it's still super, super comfortable, and it still feels like thick and robust, and like it's going to really like last on a trip. So that's how I feel about that, like the nylon. But yeah.
So for me, I went with the Ultra, not because of all the technical specifications that it comes with Ultra. I like Ultra fabric, don't get me wrong. The reason I chose the Ultra is because of the green interior. I refer to it as a salsa verde color inside the bag. But it's like every bag maker is going to this standard gray, which is cool. It's better than a lot of other choices in the past, like black interiors. But I've become so numb to just the standard gray. Like, I just want to throw up now. Yeah. So that green, I did it for the pop of color. And if you get the X-Pack version, you're getting the high vis orange.
Orange, yeah.
And all of Aer's materials. So Aer uses an X42 for their X-Pack line, which is fantastic. The Ultra 400, which is fantastic. And then even the Cordura, right? 1680D ballistic nylon is just, it's like overkill and then some. So you're not going to go wrong with any of the choices. But me personally, I do like Ultra, don't get me wrong, but I went with this particular color because of the green interior.
Did you wish, sorry, Zach, just
go ahead.
Would you go, because I've talked about this, I wish they just went like fully committed how they did with the orange, and just like give me like full on green on the inside, right?
Yeah,
like,
dude,
I want that.
I want a full send. I want a full send of the green. like Aer, make it happen. Like you're teasing me with a quick access pocket with like, give me I'm ready for the whole thing. My body's ready for it.
I'm with you guys on the green. I personally love the green interior, and like it's hard for me because I like so many of their fabrics. It's hard for me to say like which one would be my go-to, but the ballistic nylon I've always loved because I feel like it fits the best into like a business situation. So if I was using it for business travel, which I was a lot in the past, like I loved having the ballistic nylon. It's super beefy. It looks professional. It was nice. The reason I went with Ultra for this is I have a weird love of Ultra, and I've talked to my wife about this. I've talked to other people and Wolf, you've mentioned this in your video too, to like the layman's eye, Ultra looks horrible. Like they probably think that's like a cheap, like shopping bag style backpack. Like they would not know that it's like a technical fabric by like the eye test. So
all my coworkers call it the trash bag. Every time I bring an Ultra bag to work, they're like, "Oh, you got another trash bag?" I'm like, yeah.
I can't get over it. I can't get over the look.
I personally really like it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. It has this like futuristic, like Blade Runner-y kind of
dystopian.
Yeah, it's like it just echoes the reality around me by being this like super robotic, weird fabric. Like I don't know. I just like it. So it's the same as that, like the held closely bag I have in Ultra, and it's just there's something about it that just I get down on. So that and Eco Pack I give
Oh,
love to
yeah.
for
Yeah.
technical fabrics, but like if I had to pick my go-to, I'd probably agree with Alex. Like nylon would probably be my like choice that I would recommend to the most people.
Yeah. Now I feel like you can have more fun with a one bag travel backpack, right? Because it's like the technical look. Because it is kind of like an if you know type fabric. It does work better in that setting than kind of like a more business type setting, but it definitely grows on you. My wife, she's been rocking the City Pack too, and when she loved the shape, everything about it, but she was like, "Oof, what a lot of people think," and now she's been using it for a few weeks. She's like, "I kind of like it now." So, anyways, give it a shot. I wanted to ask you guys because there's something that I guess the only way I can see it is like if someone is rocking something like this for everyday carry, because I know a lot of people are really excited about like the vertically oriented luggage pass through. Like
Yep.
it makes sense, it's a top down access backpack. I'm all about, like vertically oriented luggage pass throughs. I'm like the diva of the group. I feel like you guys are much more hardcore one baggers. I don't as much anymore, especially with kids. So that's like my go-to setup is just like an everyday carry size backpack paired with a suitcase. But there's people rocking this. I'm just wondering, like, in what scenario would you be carrying this behemoth, but not for one bag travel, where it's like you need this in a suitcase and then you're gonna like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So I even mentioned it. Like when I have to carry steel toe boots, I have to carry a hard hat, I have to carry all this stuff. I'm just bringing a roller, and I'm 100% using this as a personal item. But I'm not going to carry my Red Wing steel toe boots in my backpack. Like when I do visit some plants and I have to take those things, this bag personal, I'll max out the personal item size and then I'll bring a roller because it's just easier to carry all of that personal protective equipment versus having to stuff it in my backpack or wear my steel toe boots which could be a security nightmare, right? With the shanks in the boots and all that. And so yeah, just bring it in the carry-on suitcase and then have all my clothes and stuff in here and all the other things in the suitcase.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think my personal packing doesn't change if I'm going on a trip by myself, like for work, or with my family, with like my wife and daughter. But if my wife and daughter do come along, they're usually bringing a roller too. Actually, the air roller is what they usually will like bring along as well. So the whole air family going on a trip right there with it. But
I love it.
no, I'm the same way as you, Wolf. Yeah, same thing. Like I said, yeah, mine won't change, but if they're coming along, then we will bring like a roller too, like for sure. So.
I just picture like a little Steve Zissou family with the little beanies going through the airport.
That is amazing.
So,
That is amazing. That in my video, I'm like maybe halfway done with editing, but I put like as I was like talking about that specifically, I put like, yeah, maybe if like you're traveling with someone else that is rocking a suitcase, being able to just tag along. To theirs. But I am curious, because I guess the downside, right, when you have it in this orientation is just if you're putting a lot of stuff in it, it makes the suitcase like more top heavy. So there is also an argument for a bag that's bigger like this to have it, even though like I am all about like this orientation, especially all of the access is top down on here, but there is an argument to have it sit on the side because lower center of gravity, just more stable on a suitcase when it's packed out.
I kind of feel like makers are also doing it just to give people the option because I have a review coming out in a few weeks on a 36-liter bag, and it's a behemoth. It's a big bag, and it still has a vertical luggage pass through on this monster bag. So I feel like sometimes they just throw it on there, right? So no complaints, right? Giving you the flexibility versus not including it, right?
What was the previous travel pack? What was it? Was it vertical?
It was
the other way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was horizontal. Well, I guess there's 2 water bottle pockets.
It was horizontal. It laid on the side.
Right.
True. Yeah. That too.
Right. Yeah. With the 2 water bottle pockets now, you can't block a water bottle pocket. I guess really that's probably what they're thinking too by changing it. Maybe one of the ways as well. I don't know.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I think that like I'm not someone that brings a roller bag ever, clearly, but like I
Dude,
the
the day I catch you in the airport with a roller,
well,
He's
I'm
yeah,
exposing you.
yeah.
you would in one instance because my wife always brings a roller. So if we're traveling together, like you brought up, one of you just brought up the point about how sometimes I'll rest mine on her roller bag if we're like in the airport. So that's like the
Yeah,
instance where I would, and I think to your point, like they just throw it on there to give the option. So I'm not against having luggage pass throughs, and I always prefer the vertical, even though ergonomically sometimes it would be better to be on its side. I just don't like that. Like I don't, it's just there's no real reason for it. I just don't personally like having my backpack oriented that way on a luggage thing. So
it also depends on the bag, right? Because take the Civic travel bag, right?
Yep,
Everything's oriented from the side. So when
exactly.
you have it on your roller, it's like you can access almost everything on the side.
Oh,
Looks like we lost Alex. He's got to restart the VHS.
dude probably didn't plug in his laptop. But I'm not gonna say anything. I was causing all the technical havoc on the last one. I guess while he joins, maybe we can just like talk about something less like specific to the Air, but just around because I feel like people like us, we put a lot of thought into like our systems, right? Like whatever is most frictionless and like the way we enjoy traveling the most. I think for a lot of people, they just don't put a lot of thought into it. And so I think a lot of people become one baggers, not because that's what they want, just because like they saw someone else doing it. They respect that person. They're like, that's what I want. But I'm curious because yeah, you guys are definitely. I used to do more one bag travel, and now I like really rarely do it, to be honest, unless I'm going on like an overnight like work trip or like maybe like a 2 nighter by myself. But for the most part, for me, right, like the places that I'm going to, I also don't live in like I'm driving or taking an Uber to the airport, right? The places that I'm getting to, not dealing with like cobblestones or taking like a ton of public transportation. Oh, Alex is rejoining,
sorry.
but
Got kicked out.
no, you're good. We're just talking like holistically about like what leads people to becoming like one baggers or like traveling with a suitcase, and just how like some people like think about it a lot and they're doing it for very specific reasons, but some people it's just like this is what I've always done, but maybe like they just haven't put enough thought into it. But yeah, for those reasons, it's just like for me personally, like being at an airport and now especially with kids, like just carrying like the full weight of all of my stuff, and I travel with like a laptop, tablet, like more tech heavy, but like minimal with everything else. And I'm also like minimal with tech, but it's still like the tech is what over the ear headphones, laptop, and a tablet. That already is like a significant portion of the weight. To me, just plopping my bag on a suitcase and just gliding around the airport, yes, I don't have like the freedom that you have with like one bag travel, but I'm just like more comfortable. And the older I've gotten, I'm just like a freaking diva. But for you guys, John, I feel like you're more of a hybrid. Like you really like pick and choose your adventure.
Yeah,
Alex,
for sure.
Zach, we know you're like there's one way or the highway. Alex, so what are you like pretty strict one bagger or?
Yeah, pretty strict, like especially when I'm traveling by myself for work or something like that. Definitely pretty strict one bag. Um and not not paying for a bag too. Like if I'm on more of like a budget flight, definitely trying to stick under that like personal item limit as well. Um yeah, I've just always found it's less stressful if I can just keep it attached to my body the whole time when I'm at the airport. I don't have to put it down. I mean, put it down if like I'm getting a drink or something before like the flight, something like that. But keep it attached to you pretty much at all times. It just makes it so much less stressful. And like, I don't know, in my opinion, but
That's exactly what led me to backpack travel is this
yeah,
stress. When you travel international, sometimes when you get to like most recently, we landed in Taiwan and then we had to collect all of our baggage and then re-go through security through the security system checks at the Taiwan airport. So you're waiting for your luggage to come off the belt and all that stuff. And like just situations like that is what really push me towards this backpack travel. Just reduce the amount of anxiety. I get off the plane, I can go straight to the new security, run my bags again through the checks and all that stuff, instead of having to fight the crowds and go through the conveyors and get my luggage and then rush over to security and then recheck everything. And yeah, it's just it's reduce the amount of anxiety in general of not worrying about your bags are getting lost, delayed, trying to shuffle these large suitcases through crowds. And it's just a lot more freedom just to get off the plane and then go to your next, destination, because everything is with you on your back. And that's really what led me to the backpack style of travel.
For sure.
And I like it even when you get to the city, right? Like if you're going somewhere like right afterwards and you get like an Uber or something, or even just walking around the city for a while, you're not lugging everything around. It's much easier just to get where you're going to and just be able to walk. So
totally get that.
And like, I'm not by any means an elitist about personal item only travel, meaning like telling other people or advocating for it. But it's really did change my life personally, and you guys bring up a lot of good points about it, which is like, it's not about the cobblestone streets or taking it up and down stairs that people always bring up as like their reasoning.
I know.
For me, and that always, it's like, I've never had that instance, but
I know. Yeah.
For me, it's more when I land. Like Alex kind of hit the nail on the head. Like, I love being able to like not have to check in the hotel right away when I like get to a city or something. Like, I can seriously throw the backpack on my back. We just did it when we were in Florida last time. Go straight to the beach right off the plane. Didn't have to go to the hotel. Don't have to like, well, we did have to because my wife had her roller thing with her. But if I'm by myself, I can just go to the beach and walk around, and like, I don't have to go like check the bag with the front desk person at the hotel while I'm waiting for the room to get ready or whatever. And it's just that level of freedom is something that I don't often have in life, where I could be the last person to get on the plane and I don't have to worry or stress, is there overhead space? Am I going to be fighting with someone? Like, I go to my seat, I throw it under, I don't care. I don't stand like a fly at the entrance to the plane, like all these people that are like, so nervous about like what spot in line they have. I don't care. I just wait for everyone to go on. I walk on, I throw my thing in, I'm chilling. And that is life changing for me personally.
Yeah, I got to add one thing. I'm like a nervous flyer too, and I think just that alleviates some stress as well, of like all of the other things that go along with flying. So like if I can just sit down in my seat, put my bag down, like you're saying, Zach, and just kind of like get in my own zone or whatever. For like the flight ahead, it's also just like it puts me at ease a little bit more too.
Yeah,
dude, it's so funny that you say that, because I was having this thought about like what is this obsession with just like becoming so like having such a like frictionless travel experience. And I think so much of it roots from the fact that as much as I love exploring and like seeing new places and traveling, and also I enjoy the process of traveling, but it is also like on a deeper level like stressful for me. Like I'm definitely like I feel like me and my wife get into a fight like 89% of the time that we travel, and it's always because of me just stressing out, because she's like, I just see her like, like in my head, like she would never get from A to B if it wasn't for me, even though of course she would. But yeah, I feel like I wonder how much of like my personal obsession with just like finding little things that are going to just optimize my system as much as possible just roots from that, like just needing those little creature comforts when I'm in a more like anxiety induced travel state.
It's funny how our spouses can be polar opposite, and this is a true story. We were boarding the plane to Egypt. First time going to Egypt, and my wife, we're in the, what do you call that, the breezeway, the tunnel, and she looked over at me and she's like, "Where are we going again?" I was like, oh my, just wow. If you want to know how much my wife plans our trips, that'll tell you everything in a nutshell.
That is amazing.
I love that for her, right?
You should have lied, by the way. You should have lied. It's like, this is not Kansas.
I've dragged her to so many places, and she like, I think she had her like sleeping mask already on her head. Like she was just ready to crash out. She's like, "Where are we going again?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're flying to Cairo." Like,
love it.
Wow.
I think we're wrapping up. I think one good place to end off, like to bring it back to the travel pack 4, is just, and I think more for you guys that like one bag travel is a huge part of like how you travel. Yeah, either like where do you stack it with other bags? Like John, you just, like already said, like this is kind of like your Goldilocks bag. Like, is this like now gonna be like your like next trip that you have? Like, unless like you're testing something that you're like, I gotta take it. But if you didn't have anything to test, are you taking this bag, or is there another bag that you're taking?
There's another bag that I'm going to take, and I can't mention it just yet. I think it's going to be a direct competitor to this one. I don't think you can go wrong either way, but I love this bag. If you decide to buy this bag, affiliate link in the description. But it is
Use mine first.
Yeah.
And mine.
Yeah.
Roulette. It'll be
Yeah.
just a roulette
Yeah.
button.
I'm just kidding. I always joke. I even say in my Air video, like, I'm not a salesman, but I'm just giving you my opinion. But if you decide to buy this bag, you're getting 100%. Like, just because I'm saying right now that I'm going to choose another bag doesn't discredit this bag at all. This is a phenomenal travel bag. It's just, there's little nuances, especially since I have to test so many bags, that I would lean towards another bag. But like I said, just because I'm saying that, don't let that discourage you from picking this bag up, because it is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm reaching for this bag for sure. Like, it's going to be in my rotation. Even though it's slightly too tall, it's like whatever. There's a couple bags that I use regularly that are like the Bellroy Light Travel Pack. But in terms of like my favorites, I still would probably reach for the City Pack Pro 2 ahead of this in either the Eco Pack or Nylon.
Really?
Yeah.
For personal item travel.
Yes.
Bag. Curious, like what, like if a trip, at what threshold, like days of trip, do you go from that to this? Because you're also like hyper minimal. Like I think most people are not going to be packing like you, but because I feel like for me, like at more than 2 days, even at 2 days, at that point, I would just take this if I'm just one bag traveling with it. But yeah, curious for you.
It's interesting you say that, because like honestly, like there's a couple bag, like I mentioned the Bellroy Light Travel Pack, the City Pack Pro 2, the Tortuga Daily Carry is right behind me too, or the Pioneer Panda Pack. Those are the ones that are like, they're slightly smaller than this, and I've used them for a week, 2 weeks. It's just it's the laundry thing. Like honestly, that you could travel indefinitely with personal item if you're willing to do laundry. Like, because no matter where you go on Earth, unless you're like out in the wilderness, you could always buy an extra pair of underwear, like socks or something, when you're like at your destination if one rips or goes bad or something. So I don't know. I just feel like it's the deciding factor for me would probably be stylistically with this, where it was like, I want to carry an ultra bag, and I'd go with it. It's not so much about the size. It's just like maybe I would want to like change it up once in a while.
Alex, thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm a sink laundry guy too. Kind Laundry I've used for years, and it's been like, that's how I do the 2-week traveling. I could totally travel 2 weeks with this bag. I don't think that would be like a problem whatsoever. The last like 2-week travel, or like week and a half travel I did, was with the Bellroy Light one. Do you know that? Yeah, know that one?
Yeah.
The one.
Do you have the 30 or the 38? I want to say is the
30.
one.
I did the 30, so like the smaller one. So almost closer to like this size. Although that one feels pretty small. I think Bellroys usually feel like pretty small, to be honest.
Yeah.
This one just like, I don't know, just this would take preference over that. Just my like last one. Just based on the comfort in general too. Like this bag is so much more comfortable than that. Like the Bellroy actually gave me, like I had like some like almost like marks like right here, kind of like armpit marks, like after carrying that bag for like packing out for a whole week, the Bellroy one. So yeah, this I can't wait to test out for my next long trip when I'm going on going to do like for work. So yeah, excited about it.
Airman, they're like crushing it. It's kind of, I think we can all like agree, like Air kills it. Like I absolutely love their stuff. Like if I stopped making videos today, I would continue using their products. Hopefully we get more. Obviously there's a lot of bag brands out there. But yeah, we need like more fierce competition. I'm kind of getting like tired of like the same bags getting recommended over and over again. And it's like kudos to Air. Like they're really at their price point. They're just absolutely crushing it. And I feel bad for like new companies that are coming in and they're trying to compete. You know, there's like only so much you can do from like a innovation standpoint, but it's like you can't eliminate the fact that the build quality, the construction, everything that you're getting at Air's price point is, there's a reason why, you know, people keep recommending these bags. And so we shall see.
Air's making it really difficult to be a reviewer for their bags because they're just so good, and it just feels like you're glazing the bag the entire time because there's not a lot to hate about it. And I feel like some people are like, oh, you don't go hard enough in your review. I'm like, bro, there's not much to hate on this bag. You know what I mean? Like Air right now is at the top of their game. I mean, just being able to offer you 3 materials, 3 different colors at the price point with the feature set. I mean, it's hard to go hard. It's, you know, it's kind of hard to go hard at a bag that there's really nothing wrong with. So
for sure,
Air makes it pretty hard right now.
They're just like brand identity in general is very cool too. I love that they do the like Japanese exclusives as well. You know, makes me wish we all lived in Japan so we could try out like that new clothing line that they just did.
Yeah,
I know, right?
It looks awesome.
That looks so cool. Yeah. So like they're killing it from all ends. Like if they're doing collabs with different brands, they're doing their own thing. Yeah, I think Air is top of the top right now for sure.
Yeah, Air, if you ever want to do the unpacked travel pack 4 with the full green interior, you already got the material.
Tag Boys collab with Air.
Yeah.
Come on, Air, get at us.
The Bag Daddies. I would say the one place that I would like to, because I mean, like their business model, you know, like they know exactly what people are buying, so it's hard to criticize. But just them being a little bit more adventurous with colors, like the lime green example is a perfect one where it's like, you gave us a tease, like give us more, but beyond that, like it would be really cool just to see whether it's like limited edition runs of just like spicier colorways, both like on the outside and inside. Man, could you imagine? Like, I can't imagine Air doing wax canvas, but if Air did wax canvas, like, yes, sign me up. It'd be interesting to see with like their design language.
A brick, man. With
true that they would have to make some.
Yeah,
maybe a 5-pounder.
Black leather would be sick too. Like a black leather City Pack Pro 2, I would buy that in a heartbeat, just as like a fashion thing.
Yeah, seeing that they're dabbling in Ultra and Eco Pack, like there's other colors, you know. Now we have that Hunter Green Ultra, man. If they can, a Hunter Green Travel Pack 4 Ultra, dude, yeah.
I don't know. We might see it, to be honest. Like I feel like they have a big crossover with like Topology, like customers, and Topology stuff is like wild. And just seeing some of the collabs that they've been doing, I could totally see Air getting in that game too, just with how popular they are in Japan. Like that's what people, you know, that's what people want. So we'll see. I mean, maybe they're going to be doing some crazy stuff that we don't know about.
Well, gents, I think we're at time. I don't know if there's anything that you want to like closing remarks or any like videos that you're coming out with. I'm going to link all these guys when I post this.
Just be sure to check out everybody's channels. March is shaping up to be a very big, exciting month for carry. So if you're a bag enthusiast, definitely make sure you get subbed to all the channels because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming out. So yeah.
Yeah, and I also just want to say, like, it's awesome getting to know and talk to all of you guys because I think, like, the difference in perspective, difference in lifestyle, work style of all of us, like, gives a lot of different perspective to the bag. So I think it's worth watching everybody's review, even if it's of the same bag, because you're getting like a different vantage point look at, you know, it could be more aligned with your life.
Yeah, I love hearing all the wrong opinions. It's pretty awesome. all the wrong takes.
That's right. Yeah, totally. Hopefully this is like the first of many we have coming of this too. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to everyone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Comment below. Like we want to definitely like interact with the comments on this. So
yeah.
Definitely do that. We'll do some more in the future if you want.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this, for sure let us know. We could come back and maybe take a four-way take on a different piece of carry gear, you know what I mean? So if you guys enjoy the conversation, definitely let us know.
For sure. We're going to keep chatting offline. I'm sure I'm going to wake up to 12 messages from Zach tomorrow morning about some tweak he's making in the studio. But yeah, for myself, like I've seen like Aaron do this with like Bo and Chase, and I sit there for like an hour straight, just like listening to people like weirdos like myself talk about stuff that I can't really connect with anyone, and so it's enjoyable for me, and that was kind of the intention with this. So yeah, I think this will be the first of many, hopefully, and hope you guys enjoyed it. But other than that, it was lovely. Like finally, like we've been talking a lot, by the way. This is like the first time we do like a face to face, but stay tuned.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.